Yesterday, Magic the Gathering fans were spoiled with the Fallout commanders, and now these commanders are really strong. There is one that's going to stick out more than the rest, and I think that it has a chance to piss off your pod. Now, this is Mr. House President and CEO. Now, this card is insane. He has a red, white, and a black, so, we get pretty good access to red and black. That's good. Reoccursions, white for blink. He is a legendary artifact creature human, and whenever you roll a 4 or higher, create a 3/3 robot artifact creature token, and if it's a 6 or higher, instead create a token and a treasure token. So obviously we want to be running treasures, and obviously we want to be running tokens, but there's something that is a little bit stronger than both of those, and it's the second ability. We'll get into that in a minute, but first we want to focus on that first part. Now, we want to be playing cards like Team Pennant, for example. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 vigilance and has trample. And it is equipped creature token is 1, and then equipped a regular creature is 3. Now, this isn't a great, sort of thing. This is like you got a 1. You get +1/+1, but you also get vigilance and trample. And, if you roll 1 sort of 4 or higher, you already get a 4/4 on the board. You could cast something small, like, for example, Lightfoot Rogue. It is a 1 and a black, and it's got sneak attack, which is whenever it attacks, roll a d20. Whenever you roll a d20, it gains Death Touch if you get a 1 through 9. It gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch if you get a 10 through 19, and then it gets +3/+0 and gains First Strike and Death Touch if you get a 20 or above. So this is just little things that you can get. You play this, you roll you attack, you roll a d20, and you have access to red. So you have things like, Dragon Mantle or Fire Breathing. That's just gonna make your cards even stronger for just such little mana. But this is too much early game, I think. You also have Wayland Braid Frontiers. If you would roll a dice, roll one and roll an extra. So you get to roll 2 dice, and then you get to ignore the lowest roll. But the fact is that you get 2 dice rolls. So every time you get 2 dice rolls, you already get the ability. So if you get anything 4 or higher, if you roll a 4 or higher, you get 2 tokens, a nice, sweet 3/3 robot, and you also get a sweet treasure token, which is awesome for more ramp. And, for 2 mana, that's not bad. You can also go with Goblin Morningstar or Treasure Chest. There's just a Wand of Wonder. There's plenty of them to go around. And, you got all of these instants, these artifacts. You pair it up with an Ephemerate, and you get a card like Cult Elemental. Whenever he enters the battlefield, you roll a d20, and if you get 1 or 9, you sacrifice a permanent. That ain't that bad. You roll a d20, and you get a 3/3 robot. You can just sacrifice it. You blink him in again, and you don't really lose much. You lose a 3/3 robot, but your opponents are probably losing creatures that are key to their winning plan. You could also get a Hoarding Ogre for good old 4 cents, which is just 3 cents higher than Earth Elemental. Whenever he attacks, roll a d20. Again, some more Voltron. You can do anything. You can get Jousting Lance, give him First Strike. You can get good old-fashioned some Life Link in there. It's incredible what you can do with just a small amount of cards. Something you want to do with this card is you really want to oversaturate it. Now let's look at the second ability. Roll a 6-sided dice plus an additional 6-sided dice for each mana spent from treasures to activate this ability, and that's 4 in a tap. You can go crazy with treasures. Let me tell you something. You get 1 or 2 good treasure generators in there. You can get, for example, Professional Facebreaker. Whenever you get a Professional Facebreaker, you hit someone, which, we're already playing some Voltron. It's pretty sweet when you get an attack and you get to roll a dice, But whenever you're playing Voltron, you play some Professional Facebreaker. If that creature gets through, you are getting some sweet damage. And, you get a treasure on top of it, and then also the treasure, you get to roll another dice, which means you might be able to make another treasure, but you're definitely going to almost maybe make a robot, just pairing it up with some Sticky Fingers, Beamtown Beat Stick, and just some other little things to give you some evasion, some privacy to get through. You can hook it up with an ephemerate. Really blink in some of your creatures whenever you attack, and then you ephemerate them away. You know, you don't need it. You don't want them dead. You don't want them dead. And then you have some really, really strong stuff that you can really get going on this. There and back again. That is a really solid saga to be playing with this. One of the opponent's creatures can't block, and you get through with one of your creatures maybe. You get to search a library for a mountain, and then whenever you get Smog onto the battlefield, when he dies, you're creating 14 treasure tokens. That you get to roll 4 more dice on top of that, and then plus you could be rolling an additional dice. And you know, it's luck, but if you just keep ramping, you could really take over a board in no time. Your board state could go crazy. And you know, if you hook it up with something like just one of the cards that I will be playing with personally is Dragonspark Reactor. Dragonspark Reactor is a 1 and a red, and whenever a artifact enters the battlefield, you put a counter on it, and for 4 mana you sacrifice it, and you get to do as much damage as you had counters onto it. So just getting out a robot and a treasure, and then you know, you have something like a foundry worker that will double your treasures and give you clues and give you a food. You know, you get 3 of those. Boom. Dragonspark Reactor is at 3, and all you have to do is summon one thing. Roll 1 dice, you know? Yeah, so this is one of those commanders that I really think that people might be sleeping on right now. I saw a lot for Rex, and I saw a lot for Dogmeat, which are perfect commander. Dogmeat is just such an iconic character. Rex is an iconic character. I think Mr. House, President, and CEO has a serious compatibility issues. At least in a pod. This is a good way to piss off your pod. Good way to get back at whoever is over here playing boy. Counterspell Boy is going to be really upset when you're rolling dice and you can't counter dice. So thank you guys for watching so much, and I hope you guys return. Please like and subscribe, and if anything, just send my video to your friends. If you enjoyed, I hope to make more content like this soon. This is my first stab at some Magic the Gathering content, so I hope you enjoy. See ya!